Well, you kiddies might have guessed it, probably from the video description and the hat and the writing on the box. We're going to open up a Mattel Hoverboard here. So my mic's playing up, so sorry about any changes in the audio. So I have the batteries out and I've taken the battery cover off. I've also taken out the self-tapping screws. Kind of disappointed not threaded, but it does say don't disassemble in the instruction booklet, and they're manufacturing this for a price. This left hover pad over here, you take it off and you see what you expect, a molded plastic to mate with this part here like this. Also kind of disappointing that they did not color the plastic, that it was painted. There's evidence of that if you look closely. But so we have that. The other side, it's the same hover plate, but underneath it's a little different, and that's no surprise because on the other side of that you have the rotating foot pad, so that has to do with that design. Since I have it picked up, there's another 2 screws here in addition to the 2 I found up here in the front, and there's also another 2 right there. There's one there and one there. So I would have to pull the back sticker, to take it apart. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. I do want to, this is a display piece. I'm gonna, hang it on the wall. And but I'm probably gonna get a replacement decal for the front and make it a little more accurate. I don't know. Maybe I can get the heat gun and pull those back, slip some wax paper under there or something. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I've cleaned off some bench space. I have it here behind me. That way I can get the camera on it. I got a above angle. I can't help but tearing stuff apart. It's what I do. Even though it's like brand new, it's a gift, it's a showpiece. I still can't help but tearing it apart. So let's get to it. I was, peeling it back and using wax paper to secure the screws so I could, keep the stickers on here and take it apart. But after running my fingers over it, I found another screw here, 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 here. And I knew about those 2 up there. I kind of thought they were going to have it hooked in there and just have some screws on the end, but I guess not. They're using screws all over it. So now I'm thinking about just pulling the decal off altogether and getting a fresh piece of wax paper and sticking it to that. So we're starting to get it off here, and I noticed they painted it right along here. I don't know if they paint the hover modules when they're on the board or not. If they're on here, I don't know. But I did notice while I'm peeling it off at this other angle that see if I can get it in there. They did go to the trouble to put threaded metal inserts into the battery door. They put it on the battery door because there's no switch or nothing, switch or anything in which there shouldn't be. Well, yeah, I mean, so that's how you have to, if you don't want the sounds coming in, you want to disconnect the power, you have to open it up and take the batteries out. So. So here it is, down his birthday suit. You can see the screws all around the outside. Let's get to it. So after taking the screws out and turning it on its side, it's already starting to come apart. Oh, might have heard that. I didn't think I was going to have to take this decal off because of the way it looked like it separated, and it looks like it does. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull this off without breaking anything. Still has some stubborn screws in there that won't come out. Well, I don't think they're coming out. Let's have another look at that. First look right there. right off the bat you can see the speaker going up there. Not much to it, I'm afraid. So there you have the module, all the electronics. There's over the battery. The battery seems to have more. Maybe that's where they're holding the motion sensors. It must be. And the speaker goes along the whole way up here. That's sitting under there. The foot pad, you know, it mates there. Right here we'd have the foot strap piece. You know, in its completed assembly. This part here would mate over here to this part, and so you have a smooth surface there. I just put white lithium grease on the ball bearings. A lot of them seem tight. I don't know if it was that way deliberately to add a resistance so it didn't spin freely and stuff, but I don't want the plastic wearing, and it doesn't seem to aid it in spinning too much, but it should help. There's 2 grooves in there for the ball bearings. Then you have the ball bearing piece, obviously. You have a sleeve bushing in there, and then you have the rest of it. Again, 2 mating pieces for the ball bearings to ride on, and then you have the top. So this piece feels solid. There's posts in there coming down. You know, and then it goes on to, you know, pretty solid steel ball bearings and all that, and then it goes on to the bottom of that. You know, if you're looking to stand on this, you have all the information to be your own judge. So a tilt sensor in here. I've taken the screws out, and this piece just lifts on up, and then they got this little piece of foam. They just pull up, and there you have it. That's the tilt sensor inside it for the sound effects. There were going to be you know, cans with a little piece of rubber outside, maybe to hold it in there, and inside the can is going to be a little ball bearing, and when it's up towards the front, it's not going to be contacting. When it rolls to the back, it'll make contact with the 2 wires. Now, obviously, the problem with this is you could trigger warp more than once, and they're so close to the center that it would take a lot, you know, to turn them back and forth and to make them do that. I would think that they're all on a slant away from the center, so the center would be a low point. So you tilt it, and the ball would roll to the side. And obviously, you have the connectors to the battery terminals. The battery pack's right on the other side of that. So over here we have the control board, and I didn't see a micro on it, and I knew they wouldn't have one printed on the other side. So they printed a custom board, you know, on PCB chip, and went over top of it. You can see a couple of surface mount components on the other side, and 1 wire. Probably couldn't fit the trace on this cheap-ish single-sided PCB. That piece in the middle, I'm assuming, is another ball sensor. It's 2 cents when the board is upside down. In that circuit is going to be the recorded sound files and stuff, and that's why I don't think it's that good of a reproduction of the sound. It's probably a you know, low audio quality output. You know, for a collector's piece like this, they really should have stepped it up and went with a proper replicate the sound, because in my personal opinion, it's unacceptable. But for most people, it would probably be fine. So this wouldn't be a complete teardown if we didn't take a look at the speaker. So 2 screws, and this piece just moves off. Got a little piece of foam in there, and then they have a. So it's 8 ohms. So I mean, that's better than a 4 ohm speaker. I haven't looked that up. I would assume it's a reasonable quality speaker. You know, date code on it looks like it's 31st week of 2012. Yeah, they got adhesive underneath it. Okay, I'm not going to pull that speaker out and show you guys the cone and whatnot, because I think they have it adhesed down in a way that the cone is fixed and the base is what moves. So if I were to pull that out, I would probably rip the cone, and I don't want to do that. You know, you get the rumble in the you know, you get the sound coming through the plastic instead of being inside the plastic. Instead of getting the screen cap going, I'll just record it on my monitor here. Punch that into Google. Actually, the first two links brought it right up to a high wave, you know, HIAX 13CO2 -8 13mm exciter speaker. There's the picture on it, probably the face down. So I would assume they have that black ring in the front glued down to the plastic, and then they're selling it for virtually any surface for a hi-fi speaker. Low power requirements with big sound, and right down here it says frequently brought together. It shows this high wave speaker with a little Dayton mini bass. So there you have the hoverboard. I'm pretty sure Mattel is making it. It'd just be fantastic. You know, it wouldn't be anything better. So that's it for me. I will be posting at least a build. I don't know about the tutorial, but at least a toaster build by mid-January. It takes a long time to edit the videos even after I shoot them. Once more, I apologize about the audio. Hopefully I can get that resolved. It's something with the receiver or the mic. I got them sitting back there in the corner. I will have a play around with them here later tonight or tomorrow. Catch you next time. We are out here on my billiard table because I do not have any other place with this much room to capture this video. But so this was shipped inside of a regular brown boring box, and you get this box. So it says Hoverboard, adult collector on it. On the back you got a stamp serial number, you know, safety regulations, yada yada yada. Same old ball. Requires 3 AA batteries, not included, so sell in the box. So you just go up to this end up here. Excuse the turkey call. Here it is. So you got, you know, this side that says Hoverboard and Mattel, and interesting box art here. Got the little girl skating on it. Now it does not show the handle in the box. It does not come with a handle in the box. I was kind of hoping to be pleasantly surprised and have that included. It's not in there. Not too much of a disappointment. Again, the same thing over there. Pleasantly surprised with the level of detail and art that went into the box. It was a nice touch. So here's the back of the box. Don't be a bojo. Classic line. Find a piece of styrofoam holding the board in. The board comes out. Sorry about any audio problems that are arising. We'll get to the board later. Let's have a look back in here at the box. Back in there, probably didn't show up. There's another piece of styrofoam and stand and booklet. Please keep instructions for future reference. It says, "Dear Back to the Future fan, congratulations on owning a piece of the future. As Marty McFly would say, this is heavy." It shows how to attach the stand. It does not. Picture is kind of deceiving. I'll show you how to attach it. And it goes through and tells you how to make the sound effects. Also, the sensor in there must not be too well. That's kind of hit or miss. It tells you about muting your sound effects, and if you hold it like you're walking or carrying a skateboard, what it does, and how to install the batteries and battery safety information. I think it goes on to say about the product only being for sale in the United States. Changes or modifications not expressly approved by the manufacturer responsible for compliance could void the user's authority to operate the equipment. So then you have the clear stand. And if you're catching the right light, it says Back to the Future Part 2. Although it was in Part 3, so I don't know why they narrowed it down. Trying to show you how to attach the stand. If you look closely, you can see depends on which way you have the battery box located on, but there's a dimple on the outsides, and on the bottom there's going to be 2 dimples on the inside. That correlates to how you want the stand facing. So what you want to do is find the inner and the outer dimples, and so line it up and snap it into place. So you want to have it folded in on the top when you put it on, and then open it up and snap it into place. And that'll stay reasonably well. I mean, you can shake that around and that's not going to come off. It looks pretty nice. I took it off the stand that was wobbly, and I also took the batteries out so the sound doesn't trigger when I don't want it to. Top and bottom of this board. So the Velcro should kind of be almost twice as wide here in each spot. The pink Velcro, the white line should be a lot less thick. It should be thinner, depending on what kind of board you look at. This green strip here should be Velcro material, like they have on the foot pad. It's not, it's part of the sticker decal. While we're on the sticker decal, these bubbles should be lenticular foil, and when you rock it back and forth, you know, it should kind of have a reflective pattern to it, not unlike the hat. You know, it's kind of color shifting and has that reflectiveness about it. So it doesn't have it, so they kind of cheaped out on that. The green pad, depending on which type of board you look at, should be a lot more fluffy. This was made over here to this, or to this. These are the hooks. I can't remember what this part of the Velcro is called, but that's probably what they're going for in the film. But they didn't have it, so they used fluffy pink pieces of fabric. But it should be mounted on the side. Only on one of the types of non-hero boards does it have it mounted like that. Usually they're mounted on the side. This does spin quite freely. Feels nice under your foot, although I don't recommend standing on this board. So it has all that going for it. The board itself is pretty sturdy. It's got a nice feel to it. Mine arrived like this. No bubbles or anything like that. Some people complain about that, but I don't think it's that common. In this one spot here, this part of the sticker, the decal has begun to peel. It came peeled like that, and I've tried reapplying it, and it must be kind of a bit dirty. So the underside of the board, that's supposed to be the same lenticular material, and it's not. On the underside of the board, you know, so you got the magnet discs. stuff like that. Pretty much every board I've seen, the discs were in maybe a ½ inch from either side, so they weren't as this big on the portion of the board. So either Mattel got the size of the board wrong or the size of the discs wrong, because they should have been in more. They shouldn't be to the edge of the board like that. There's distance there. So you got, your standard on the battery box there. I'm kind of not a fan of that. Maybe that could be sanded down or something, but it would take away from the value of the pieces it was manufactured. Again, non-lenticular on the bottom. Let's go ahead and take that battery cover off. So, you got keepers so the screws won't fall out, which is kind of nice. There's another close-up on that writing. So then you have the battery pack down in here. So the instruction manual says when it's upside down, it'll disconnect the circuit and shouldn't drain any power. And they call this the mute stage. Then from here you could pick it up to its side and carry it like this, or supposedly like this, under your arm, and show it off, things like that. When you lay it flat, it's supposed to. Make a hovering noise. The speakers here in the back, it's pretty loud. I mean, you can hear the rumble. In my opinion, they didn't use the circuit board doesn't have a high enough bit depth. Kind of what I'm complaining about is, a little audiophile, but if not that much more, they could have done a little better. So you're supposed to get a different sound when you do a tail wheelie. See if we can get it to make a noise like that. You're supposed to get a different sound when you nose wheelie. And you're supposed to get, I don't know if it's a different sound, but you're supposed to get sounds when you carve. I don't know how well the little ball bearing sensors in there that sense the tilt actually work. We can have a look at that if and when I decide to tear this apart. I would love to show you Teardown, see how it's built, see what's inside of it. I already know, maybe it's on the back, maybe it's on the front side. No, it must be on the back. There's two right there. You can see 2 screw, and I can feel it. I can run my finger over it and feel it. I would love, get an off-the-shelf 32-bit micro, like an Arduino do, and get some electromagnets, and either an ultrasonic depth finder or use infrared, and have a way to have it float and stabilize, even if it was on particular surfaces. Just for the effect, I think that'd be amazing. It's something that could be done. I would love to tackle it when I get the funds. So that could be a while, but that's something that's a project on the books. If anybody's interested in that, you could drop me a line in the comments below. But yeah, so I think I will stop recording for now and shoot a teardown before I upload this.